Hey, 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 I'm back. Hope everyone is doing pretty well. I'm just going to jump right in here. I started off off camera beforehand with the Baby Skin Maybelline Primer, and now I'm moving on to my foundation. This is the L'Oreal Matte new one. It's really nice. I'm going to list all the names and everything down below so you can go and refer to that. I'm just putting the hair back now, and then I'm buffing this in with a Real Techniques buffing brush, and I just spritzed a little bit of MAC Fix Plus on there to kind of moisten the, moisten, I hate that word, pre-wet the brush and kind of make everything blend in a little bit better. And don't forget to get your ears. So I'm just buffing that in. And then after this, I'm going to move on to concealing my under eye area. The first product I'm using is a Maybelline Dark Circle Eraser. It's in the Brightening shade. It's a pinkier shade. And I'm just going to pop that in the darkest parts under my eye, kind of the inner corner there, like this. And then after that, I'm taking the Maybelline Master Concealer. It's pretty good, actually. It's kind of like the MAC Pro Longwear. And this is the lightest color. I'm a little bit tanner now, so it's I almost could go down a color, but I'm making it work. And I spritz again some Fix Plus on that sponge and buff it in. Pat, pat, pat. Don't rub it, just pat it. And then here I'll take my brush and just kind of pat, pat on the seams of that because the sponge wasn't really blending it to how I liked it. So touching a little bit on the chin, and then I'm going into the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder and just dabbing that anywhere I just put that concealer. This is my first time, well, not my first time, this is my first container of this powder, and I like it. And there I was just kind of testing my face to see if I need a powder because that's a pretty matte foundation. So I did. I'm going to powder with the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. Next I'm combing through my eyebrows, and then I don't show it, but I also comb through my lashes at the same time. And this is the Anastasia Dipbrow Pomade in Blonde. And I'm just going to do the eyebrows. I'm not spending too much time on the eyebrows. If anyone out there who may be watching this might want an in-depth tutorial on how I do my brows, just go ahead and let me know. Write in the comments or like the video. So yeah, apply, comb, and then you can see the difference between the two, and then they're magically both done. Moving on to the eyes, I'm going to start with highlighting under my brow bone with this Wet n Wild color. Again, everything will be listed below. And then taking the Nectar shade from the Lorac 2 palette, I'm starting the eyeshadow process. Now this, I use a lot of shadows, just is what I like to do. You don't have to, you can just use a couple. I'm going to start with this one though, blend this high up in the crease and then high up. See how I'm almost going to my eyebrow? Because I have a lot of space. I said that before, kind of a lot of space in my eye there. So then moving on to the Soft Brown by MAC, it's slightly deeper, slightly warmer, light brown. Kind of putting it in the same place, but putting it a little bit lower, concentrating it more towards the actual crease. And then here I'm taking this even warmer, darker red kind of color, which is actually a blush, and putting this even a little bit lower than that, more in the crease, but buffing it out as you can see. So it's basically like a gradation, and it's so smooth. If you do it like this, there'll be no jagged lines, just buff, buff, buff. Then I'm taking this red, deeper shimmery color and really kind of warming this up, putting this in the crease and bringing it down kind of to the outer lid. You can kind of see there. And just blend, 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 keep blending. And now I'm taking Espresso from the Lorac Pro palette and placing this just in the outer corner. I really want to deepen that up. And actually looking back on the footage, I wish I had put more on. When I'm sitting there with the lights and stuff, it looked kind of like a lot, but I wish I had made it a little darker. So you could make it as dark as you like. I picked up a hand mirror so I could look straight into the mirror instead of having down into the mirror I was using. So just buff, buff, buff. Buff that around. And then I'm using my under eye setting brush to kind of sweep and make a bit more of a, kind of clean up the edge of the eyeshadow like that. So now the crease and everything is done. I'm going to take this beautiful rosé color from the Lorac 2 palette. I love this color. I think this color sold me on the whole palette. And pat that on the mobile lid like you see. I'm not going all the way into the inner corner because I'm going to put something extra special there, which is this. It is a Maybelline Color Tattoo Loose Pigment, and it's in this gorgeous champagne color. I've used it, I think, in my last video. I love it. It's so pretty. So patting that into my finger for the best color payoff and transfer. Then taking that under eyebrow highlight and popping that again in the inner corner to highlight the inner corner. And then the upper kind of eyeshadows are done. Taking the Maybelline gel liner and giving quite a cat eye, quite a flick today. quite a wing. Oh my gosh, how do I get this mail to stop working or dinging? Okay, so doing the liner, and I sped through this, of course, too. This takes longer, but you know, we can't be here for 10 hours. And there's both eyes done. Next is tightlining the upper waterline with this black pencil, just to kind of help everything look extra full and the lashes to look fuller. Then I'm out of frame, lining my lower waterline with this pretty brown NYX pencil, and then kind of right away, see how I didn't do the other eye yet? Right away after you apply it, blend it with your finger, because it dries quick and it dries pretty waterproof. So blend, 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 and you get a little bit of a haze there like you see. Then back into the garnet with a fluffy, smaller brush. This is actually from the art store, this brush. I picked it up. Pretty amazing finds at the art store, and the brushes are like $4. So blending that, and then I went in and added just a little more espresso. That's what I'm doing here. So I did darken it up a little bit more, but I still wish I had done it darker. But either way, so there's the eyes minus mascara and lashes. So popping some mascara on. Not going to go crazy because we're going to put lashes on in a second, but I do want to coat my lashes black because they're pretty blonde without them. And then these are the Koko Goddess lashes, which are gorgeous. I mean, everyone on YouTube says they are, and they really are. Just be careful when you apply them, because my left eye was poking into me, and then it kind of hurt me after I took them off. So they're a thicker band, so just be careful. Trim them down and don't get them too far into the inner corner. Pop a little mascara on the bottom lashes, and then moving on to the face. Just contouring with the Kat Von D contour palette. You can see which shades I picked there. Putting that brush right below my cheekbones, kind of where it kind of sinks in there, and that's where you want to contour the cheek. And then doing the nose. You can see what I'm doing there. I put a little bit of the darkest color under there to kind of lift the tip there. And then bronzer. This is a really pretty bronzer. It has a little bit of a sheen, but it's not shimmery or glittery or anything. Bronzing over the contour line and above, and then on the forehead to kind of bring dimension back in the face. I got kind of very pale and all one-dimensional, so this makes you look more like a human after all the face painting. And then the Balm Mary Lou-Manizer is a beautiful highlighter. You can see it here, just popping that on the cheekbones, down the nose, above the eyebrows, a tiny dot on the tip of the nose, which I learned from Nikki Tutorials, of course, and kind of makes it look a little smaller, which is hard to do with my nose. Highlighted the Cupid's bow, and then moving on to blush. I'm a sucker for a coral blush, so here we go. It's a Milani blush. It's so pretty. All names will be down below, again. And just popping that on. Oh, and this is when I realized I have concealer in my hair. Yeah, don't mind me. Here's the lips. Colors will be below, but to make the full lips, start with a pinky lip color and line over your lip line. It's pretty simple. Just, if you'll see here, I'm lining over lips. And not like on top, but literally like outside the line. But see how it matches and kind of doesn't look that crazy. Blend that with my finger. Then I take a darker, in this case it's a kind of a nude, but on me it's a little bit darker than that mauvey lip tone color, and just go around the edge, just kind of right around the edge of that line you already made, and it will give a demarcation between your face and your lips and make it look more natural. And again, I'm blending. And then I take a nude, this is a butter lipstick from NYX, and apply that. It's so pretty. I love this. And they taste so good and they feel so good on the lips. And then I took a lighter nude, also from NYX, right in the middle. And you can kind of see how that adds a highlight. Again, this is overkill. Like, you can wear one liner and one lipstick if you want, but this is how I do it, and this is how I've found that makes them look kind of like really big and natural. You can't really see any lines. And then a little bit of gloss, and then setting with some more Fix Plus, and then that's it. So I hope you enjoy this, and if you did, like and subscribe. Let me know what you want to see next, and talk to you guys later. Bye.